Here we have a Bentley Continental GT with collapsed front suspension. It's got air suspension on this. Front is down, back is up. So we need to investigate and see what's caused this problem. It's both sides down. I've got the car running now. It's telling me to stop the vehicle because it's too low. As you saw earlier, the front suspension's collapsed. Got a load of other fault codes, flashing light there. So I'm going to look at the pump first, see if the pump's doing its job, and move forward from there. So I'm going to go in the boot first. Lift the cover up. So we've got the spare wheel. Just through the spare wheel you can see a plastic dome. Just there. So that's where the pump is. And just, it's a bit difficult to see, but if you have a look down the sides, there's a lot of rust down there. So it looks like we may have had some water ingress in here, which may have affected the pump. So you can see a bit clearer now. So the pump is in this, but we can't gain access to it through this side. It's actually a dome, so the pump is on the underside of that. So what we need to do is need to get the car up in the air, remove the under tray that's covering that on the back end, and gain access to the pump from below. This is the cover we need to remove to gain access to the compressor. Two of those screws were spinning, so I had to force it off. So this is the compressor up here. The plumbing goes into the valve unit here. We have an accumulator here. So we're going to remove the pump, we're going to test it on the bench. I know it's working because I've heard it work, but I don't think it's creating any pressure. So we'll do a pressure test first, make sure it does actually work. So there's our compressor. So this is the motor, this is the pump. So these two big wires are the power for the pump itself. This one here, looks like it might be the black plug, is a cylinder head temperature sensor, because this is like the head. And the other one is a pressure sensor. To the back here. Okay, so I've zoomed out a bit so you can see a bit more. I've got a small mobility scooter battery here which I use for testing. Just going to set my power probe up. we can hear the pump working. So as the pump's compressing, the air is coming out the end here, which was that screw you saw me unscrew from the top. I'll block the hose. There is some pressure, some resistance. So now I'm going to test this one. This one's working, sounds a bit different. And if I hold the end, it actually stops, trips my tool out, holds pressure. So yeah, this is pumping, but not very well. This one is pumping, and it's creating such a load here that my 10 amp power probe is just tripping out. So we do have a problem with this pump. It's not so much the motor that's not working, it's the compressor that's worn out. So I'm going to put this one in, bring the car down and see if the suspension will go back up. If not, then we're going to have to look at the individual airbags if there's an issue in those. This new pump comes with a new adapter on the ends. It's got a new rubber O-ring on there and a new collet. So I'm going to replace it with this one. There's nothing actually wrong with this one, but I can't trust that seal, so I'll just swap it out. Well, it comes with a new one, so why wouldn't I use it? New one's on. So now I'm going to fit the pump up, put it back together and see what we see. I've taken a few clips and bits off the other one to put onto this one. I've got it running. I don't know if you can hear the pump working. So it's activated. And the front's lifted. There you go, both sides are up. And the suspension active fault light, which was on a minute ago, has gone off. We're going to scan it regardless. We've got a traction control light on and a few other lights. We've had a flat battery on this a few times. The scanner's not going to fix that problem. Now that's all fixed, we know it's working. Got to put the other tray back on. Remember at the beginning we had those two bolts that weren't unscrewing, they were spinning in situ. So I've repaired those, so I'm going to put the other tray back on and clear all the fault codes and go for a road test. God we have fast forward on this software. That was half an hour of just scan and delete. So we've cleared all the fault codes, so now we're going to start it up and go for a road test. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that Bentley video. I've done a lot of work on this car over the years, and about 5 years ago I put a pair of front suspension legs on there. So I was pretty sure it wasn't them that was faulty. Normally if the legs go, they don't go down in pairs, they generally go down as ones, so you know, you'll have one side tilting down. So the next best scenario was the pump, so thankfully that's what the problem was. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please hit the like button, the share button and bell notification so you're notified next time I upload a video. Take care guys.